Cameroon, only the head of state can authorize any church to go operational. So for those who are operating without the decree from the head of state, I'm advising them to close down before I get to them. They should start closing before I get to them.
So some of you, or most of you rather, must have come across this video of the Minister of Territorial Administration and Decentralization, Minister Paula Danganji, purporting to shut down churches that haven't regularized their situation pursuant to the provisions laid down for in the laws. So basically, what you need to know about all of this is that religious congregations in Cameroon are regulated by law number 90/53 of 19 December 1990 relating to the freedom of association. And if you look at section 23 of that law, it is to the effect that any religious congregational establishment must be authorized. And if you go further to look at section 24 of that particular law, it gives the President of the Republic the absolute and sole competence to authorize the formation or operation of any religious congregational establishment upon reasoned recommendation from the Minister of Territorial Administration and Decentralization. This therefore implies that if you intend to regularize your situation as a church, your application for regularization or authorization is supposed to be addressed to the Minister of Territorial Administration and Decentralization, who then, upon examination, will forward same to the President of the Republic with his recommendation for him to grant the said authorization. Worthy of note is the fact that if you further look at the provision of that particular law, it is to the effect that religious congregational establishments are supposed to draw up for every year their accounts and an inventory of all of their properties and equally a list of their leaders, because the Minister of Territorial Administration and Decentralization can at any moment request for it, and if they are unable or don't provide it within the time limits that he, the minister, has specified, then they are liable to be punished. And in case he finds out that there is any fraud in their accounting documents or there are any accounting irregularities intended to defraud or mislead him, he may order that they be suspended. However, what you need to also know is that the President of the Republic can order that any religious congregational establishment be dissolved upon a recommendation still from the Minister of Territorial Administration and Decentralization. So I think in respect to this information, it is important that if you are operating a church, you try as much as possible to prepare your application for authorization and file same with the minister pending any decision that might be arrived at. So the law is harsh, but then it is the law as it is expressed in Latin, dura lex sed lex. So pastors should not see this as a calculated attempt by the devil to shut down churches or shut down the word of God from spreading. No, that is not what it is. It is just good. There's a law on that. The minister is merely stating what the law says.